All I'm hearing is Jasper.
Strange. There's 10 other people in there.
All I'm hearing is Jasper. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Woo!
Yes, here we go. Sorry, we're a couple of minutes late. Technical difficulties. Hello. Welcome. Have a seat. Get comfortable. Nice to see you. Come on in if you can. We'd love to see your face, but that's okay if you don't want to show your face as well. Everyone is welcome always. Kia ora, everybody. Kia ora. Come on in. We're just waiting for some people to be added, to join in. I'm Franco. Hello.
Hello, Franco.
Yo. Oh, this is fun. All right, Nikki Rhodes, Franco, hello.
Yo, how are you guys doing? Give us a wave, everyone. Oh, it's so awesome to reconnect. So many people. Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. Maybe we just start with a little eyes closed and connecting to our breath. This last week has been a huge year already. Let's close our eyes and just sink in while people arrive. Breathing in through the nose, deep into the back of the lungs, and exhaling. Allowing yourself to ground into this moment, letting anything that has been in your week, day, moment, before this moment, let it all go. Breathing in that beautiful prana, that abundant love. Feel free to put that right hand on your heart, the left hand over the right, and just feel that beautiful heartbeat. Feel that gratitude for this moment, gratitude for the breath. And let it all go. Remembering that our breath is not ours to keep. Everything that comes in must go, to allow space, to allow the new. Come on in. Yes, breathing deep again into the back of the lungs, expanding the belly, sitting up nice and tall, and letting it all go. Breathing a little deeper than you normally would. Inflating the lungs, massaging the organs. Gratitude for community right now. Gratitude for being in Aotearoa. Gratitude for being able to connect less than a week ago physically with this community. Gratitude for technology, for being able to come back together from all parts of Aotearoa to say hi, to keep that good vibe going, to keep that truthful vibe going, to keep that supportive web flowing. And then one more inhale, and we'll let out a big sigh together. Don't worry, we can't hear you. You're on mute at the moment. So let out a big sigh. Inhale. Smile at the end of that sigh. And then give yourself one more. Inhale. And let it go. Beautiful. You can drop the hands down to the legs and open the eyes. Welcome. Nice to ground in with you.
What a blessing it is to see so many of you here. Literally 1 week ago, we were all gathered together, coming to the end, or at least sort of packing up or on our way home after resolution. And we felt it was so important to connect everyone back together within that kind of week time frame, and really just check in regarding reintegration, to give everyone an opportunity just to see and hear and feel each other, to give us an opportunity to thank you from the depths of our being to every single person who co-created, who came and lent their hands in whatever way they did. We're just so grateful and so humbled by you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, we're blown away. So utilize this chat we've got here to ask any questions, to comment at all. This is your safe space to just flow and connect. We could sit here in silence as well, and that's fine.
I want to thank, I want to apologize in advance. I have a whole household full of children in the pool playing true summer holiday vibes. So I've come to the quietest place I can for you all. But if you hear that, it's happy sounds in the background. So sorry. What was your favorite part about the festival? What was going on for you? What, if you were to sort of reflect on what happened, or summarize what happened for you, drop it in the comments below. Tell us, what did you enjoy? I want to read some out.
And if you feel like speaking, yeah, we're happy to unmute you and say a few words by all means.
Anyone brave writing at the bottom? Connecting with like-minded humans, real connection. You know how we did that survey out? We've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feedback already. And the key word that comes across is connection. And so to see it here as well is so amazing. Heaps of private messages to NZ Spirit and to myself as well, is connection. So grateful for that. Nikki, your workshop made the festival for me. Mika, thank you. The workshops were amazing. The free clothing swap, Lulu, you're amazing how you bring that. Connecting with like-minded humans. Depth in connection. Yeah, what is that about? You know, we are surrounded by so many people. The whole world is at the end of our fingertips if we want to reach out to them. But there was something about kind of dropping the phones and dropping all this sort of stuff, and just like connecting with people in a level that we often don't connect with. Can I hear you guys, like, write in the comments, how are you bringing some of that depth of connection into your life back home? Was there anything you learned at a festival or something like this, that any technique or any workshop which addressed how do I bring that depth of connection to my like everyday existence? Longer hugs, yes, Jess and Sarah, so good. In-depth eye gazing, yeah, greeting people with a hongi. Mm-hmm. How else can you bring a depth of connection?
I just see Michael Reed's online, and Michael, we want to thank you for reaching out a few weeks before the festival and giving us a korero about how the young boys at the festival, at our previous festivals, didn't have maybe enough to do to sink their teeth into. And Michael's an expert New Zealand BMX rider, and he put together his BMX crew, got an incredible jump and just like this whole workshop and display together that they shared every day at the festival. So I want to acknowledge you, Michael, and maybe let us know how you're doing on the video right now. Michael, would that be okay? I'll just unmute you, put you on the spot.
Michael.
Kia ora. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Kia ora, brother.
Good to see you, man.
Welcome. Kia ora. It's great to be here. Thank you for honoring me, brother. I see the light in you, and the light and love as you see in me, as I see in you. I honor you, brother. I love you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We were just full of love and aroha to just share with the community and just shine our light. And it was such a great opportunity. The memories we created, and unforgettable, so close to my heart, just raising the vibrations, having the time of my life, and being able to just share with an open heart to the whole community. Just everything we had to offer it was an honor. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I'm just so excited for the next Spirit Festival and the next opportunity, mate. Bigger, better, just more love. Aroha. Thank you, brother.
You're so
Kia ora.
amazing. That reminds me, like to put this festival together for everyone was such a big feat for Nikki and I, especially having the year that we all went through to try and cultivate confidence in a very lacking of confidence world. We wanted to make sure that, if it didn't go ahead because of COVID, that everyone would get their ticket money back. And we tried to cultivate this confidence, and I'm so proud that we persevered, because it felt like at the end of the day we could have sold tickets to an empty park and everyone would have actually been okay with nothing else apart from connection, because that's all we really wanted to do. And I think that's at the foundation of what it is we ever want to do, is just connect. But it's just so next level, having so many amazing workshops, music, acts, food. Michael also cooked pancakes for everyone for Koha, as well, as if he didn't have enough to do. So yeah, so many amazing contributors on this thread right now as well. So thank you all.
Totally. I also think it's quite amazing how the definition of spirituality, what is spiritual, was looked at during this festival. We had some really interesting workshop applications, like the hairbrushing workshop. Did anyone go to the hairbrushing workshop, when they brushed each other's hair, and they discovered the inherent spirituality within simple movements, within simple moments, and how so much can be revealed. Friends love the airbrushing workshop. Yeah, I've heard so. Hairbrushing, I'm sorry. Michael also, it's like the spirituality that lies within risk-taking, right? The edges, when we sort of dive into our edges as human beings in this sort of physical incarnation, we are able to land more fully into our existence. And through landing more fully in our existence, we're able to practice ascending or transcending different states, but only from that really grounded place. And I think that our young boys and girls really loved that chance to play with risk while their mum was doing yoga, while the meditation with the Tibetan monks was happening here. And I think this is really, really awesome. I think let's bring more of these seemingly contrasting aspects to the festival all together at once, to really continue to sort of bend and stretch and explore what spirituality, living a kind of turned on spiritual life looks like.
100%.
It's all play, really, says Shane Hamill. It's all play. Lulu says, Lulu says, I'm so proud of the zero waste efforts and have shared it widely in the zero waste community as a great example of what is possible and what is easy. And I don't know if you guys saw, but that photo taken with just this strange pile of rocks at the end in this weird place was literally the only rubbish within a couple of hours after everyone had departed that was left.
It was the only thing out of place. I don't think we can call it rubbish, but it was the only thing it was the only thing out of place that wasn't the way it was before we got there.
So true.
It was so funny. I had to take that picture. But you just need to look at every other festival, to be honest. I was seeing, cleanups from different festivals around, and it's just like, whoa, if you we're teaching people. We've got to reteach people that we can't just drop everything and expect someone else to pick it up, including our energy, including our projections, but especially our trash. Let's be responsible for everything that we lay down and use. It's such an old thought pattern that it's brand new again, it seems, but we're glad to be aware of it. And we just couldn't do anything that wasn't aligned with that.
I'm loving the comments. It's the first festival where my kids could be totally free range and I didn't have to even worry about where they were. And I don't know about you parents, but having children in a space like this is both so important and so terrifying, because you want them to have a good time. You want to have a good time. You're sort of split down the middle. And I think it's just so testimony to everyone who was there, that we all together created this space whereby these kind of comments are coming through now. And I think that is just so fantastic, because they teach us. They teach us in their freedom. They teach us in their presence. Like, I'm hungry and I'm hungry now. Like, not after that workshop, not after this, now. They teach us in so many different ways. And I think that the more we look down to them and look up at those who are older than us, the greater that those of us who are carrying the biggest workload, or at that time in our lives where it's very much outwardly focused, get to chance to reflect on the transitions of life, where we've been and where we're going. I love that about the festival so much, this sort of connection. And we're selling so many tickets for the over 65s for NZ Spirit Festival. Have you noticed that, Franco? It's so epic.
And like teenagers that are just like wanting to be there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But like I see an amazing family man and drummer and backbone of almost every festival I've been to in Aotearoa, Jimmy Dale. You guys, I'd love to hear about your thoughts, Jimmy, as a father at a festival, as a workshop presenter, as a musician. Like, you kind of do it all, and to hear your perspective would be really great if that would be okay.
Yeah, thanks, Franco. I came away from that one like just feeling incredible. It was one of the of any festival that I've ever been to. I can't really put my finger on anything special or anything like that, but I just that sense of everybody being together and looking after each other, the incredible creativity, the music. Yeah, and the kid, like you said, the kids, Ishkala just had a ball. You know, all she can talk about is going to Spirit Fest now. Yes. She's like, when are we going to Spirit Fest? What are we doing?
Oh, that is so sweet.
But her mum just said she has two favourite festivals, Spirit Fest and Resolution.
Oh,
that's so cool, man. It's so cool. Like, there's like hundreds of kids. I'd say probably 400 to 500 kids at this festival. It was like phenomenal, and I don't know, to see their parents so living in love and sober for like 4 days straight, and
that's right. You know, and I mean, so many things. Like you said, the only things that were left were the rocks. I've seen photos of other festivals. At the end of them, they look like a rubbish tip. You know, the whole thing. You know, it takes them a week and a half just to clean it up. You know, all of that kind of stuff. There's something that touches all of us, I think, when we see that, you know.
Yeah, nicely put. And I think you know, Nikki and I's vision is to teach like just other festivals as well, that this can be possible, and we don't need to be trashy, you know, and the festivals will be more amazing of an experience for those festivals too, and experiences, if we're taking care of the land. Taking care of the land is taking care of us, because it's all connected, you know.
I guess the other thing is too, that whole idea of, you know, to have a good time you have to be wasted, you know. If you're not wasted, you're not having a good time. That's very typical of a lot of festivals, and that's what's so different about these kind of festivals.
What was so epic was people bringing their teenagers to watch them have a really great time and not be wasted, or if anything, to get kind of high on the African drumming, or to get high with the workshops, or
exactly.
And it's so powerful.
So there was so many young people there that were just, you know, a lot of people I've never seen before, and I could see they were having a really, really good time.
Yeah, I got up one morning and I left my tent, and this little boy was sitting down watching, waiting for me. And he said, "Oh, Nikki, can I ask, will you be doing this again?" And I said, "Yes, I hope to do this again." And he said, "Good, because I've never seen my mum so happy."
Oh, wow.
And I thought that was so wonderful.
Well, you saying that is one of the things. Our household has been so happy all week. You know, I actually, you know, like we're a family. You know, we fight and we argue. We're having hardly any of that. Ishkala's she's just so happy. I can still feel that happy energy from the time that she had there.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
she's incredible. And I think a big turning point at the festival when we all really let go as a community was that resolution ceremony in the middle, where the African drumming started up, and it was this this unique, spontaneous kind of monster that would just grow and grow and grow. And we didn't know where it was going, but your daughter like started the dance party.
Yeah, that's it. When she hears the drums, and she knew that we'd been working towards that thing, and she was off free ranging with the rest of the kids. But when she heard that start, she's, "Oh, I need to be there. They need me." Straight over there.
I love that there was no words in that ceremony. There was no discussion or sort of like, let's all talk about it, or how are we feeling, or it all just sort of emerged through the body, a more somatic experience. And was that your wife who did the most incredible dance?
Yeah.
People still talk about that. She just absolutely bought it. And that was just so wonderful to see. Shane Hamill is someone who's got teenagers, and he brought 3 of them to the festival, like super cool teens as well. And I was like, man, this is the test. You know, are we gonna make it? But they were still there at the end. Can we get Shane on? Thank you, Jimmy. Love to you. Can we bring the epic Shane onto the screen? He's unmuted himself. Tell us, Shane, how did it go?
Hey, brother.
Hey, amazing. And my daughter's 16 and I've got twin 14-year-old boys. And I'm a very old festival goer. Used to go to Prana back in the day. So my kids grew up in festivals ever since they were 2 and 3. But I haven't taken them to a festival for about 7 years. They got to that point where we're over festivals, and now they're kind of at that stage where they're kind of intrigued, weren't fully necessarily committed, but were open to coming. And I just saw how they explored in the space. And, you know, being teens, they're a bit on, but off at times. So the nice thing was if they wanted their own space, they had their own space, and that was awesome. And if they felt to kind of venture out, they did. And what was so beautiful for me was just this really earthy, grounded vibe, you know, that felt very heart-centered around the whole community within the festival. And there were times where the vibration lifted and times where it came back down, but for me, it felt very safe in that it wasn't too high vibe. So I think kids could just kind of hang out. My boys took their rugby ball with them wherever they went, and, you know, passing it around. The biggest thing for me actually was just them hanging in the DJ space and picking up on, I think, what you said, Franco, and you, Jimmy, around the lack of alcohol and that feeling of safety, that feeling of fun. One of my boys just kind of taken himself off into the tent and was dancing, then coming out, standing behind the DJ booth. And, you know, to have such talented people facilitating wherever they were, whether it be DJs or bands, or just kind of cruising around and taking in the vibe of what was happening. Banana Jolie was epic. My daughter absolutely loved her, and, you know, was coming out and was going, oh, wow, this is amazing. I could kind of facilitate something like this. And it's like, to hear that from a 16-year-old was like, yeah, that's what it's about, feeling comfortable, feeling like they can express themselves, and just beautiful energy all around. And even if you don't kind of go and participate in anything, just being in that energy has got such an impact. And for me, I felt really blessed actually that my children could be amongst that, and they'll take so much from that, so many different memories and so many beautiful connections. Everyone was very open and chatty towards the children, which was amazing. So yeah, they'll definitely be back.
That's so cool to hear. That's so great to hear. Are they musicians too? Because if you don't know, if you haven't seen Shane, he's like the most epic bass player ever, and I have the privilege of playing with him at every festival that we link up at. Do they play music as well?
Yeah, they're dabbling. It's similar with, I suppose, yoga or anything that I do. It's not something that I kind of put in their faces. One of my boys is playing drums, the other's playing guitar, Ruby's played violin and trumpet, but is an epic dancer. And like I just support my kids in whatever it is they feel they want to follow in terms of their heart and their passions. But the music's definitely in them. It runs in the family. So, you know, I'd be very surprised if they don't end up by doing something musically.
Because one of our favorite things at the festivals now is to allow the kids stage to be able to sing and tell a joke and dance and you know, offer something. And my daughters weren't at this one, but Nikki's were. And Nikki, tell us about the experience as a mum, sort of like getting your kids up there and watching them. And
well, at NZ Spirit Festival, we have the Tamariki Takeover, which is they take over the tent and they all sing and play. And last Spirit Festival, people were so moved and so emotional watching these young children sing for the first time in such safe space. Deep healing for those watching with their own inner children, and them singing that. This time we decided not to go fully like that with resolution, but to just put some children or some young people on the stage, just as if it was the normal timetable. And we had 2 11-year-olds, one of mine included, singing. And this was so powerful. They cried afterwards, the children. They said, I did it. I practiced for months and I did it. And to have that as the seeded first experience is just so, so powerful. And I've just been thinking about it actually for NZ Spirit Festival to have a dedicated teen space where there are specific workshops. It's led by someone cool like Sunny Ray, like Lulu says, she used to do it at Prana. And we have this space where they can kind of, maybe there's a DJ set up there that they can kind of play with, they can kind of lean into. It's sort of away from the space. Yeah, it's got me thinking. I haven't formulated any ideas yet, but let's have that kids whānau zone keep growing and expanding. Let's bring them onto the stage and lead the way musically. And then let's also have the teens really navigate a cool sort of dynamic there where they can feel like they're contributing to the building of the festival.
Yeah, I think that connection with youth or teens would be really powerful. It's amazing, Nikki. I was just going to actually say exactly the same thing. And I loved how at Prana there was some kind of performance or acting type things and people getting into making stuff. And yeah, just I think teens connecting with their peers would be kind of a real strong network, and it's building up that community from the roots, really.
Yeah, I totally agree. And they are the next wave. They are the ones coming through next. So, thank you, Shane. I bet they were super, super pumped that their dad was the one teaching glow yoga as well, right? Because Shane was super skeptical about this. He said, choose someone young and cool, Nikki. Why are you messaging me about this a week out? I said, it's got your name on it, Shane, and I'm calling you into the space. And I actually heard that you rocked it so well.
It was one of my favourite things, and the end just goes to show, right? Step in, own it, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
It reminds me, like, who stepped into something that they thought they'd never do, or stepped through some fear, and kind of what was that? Feel free to write in the comments or put your hand up and want to express on video.
Jess and Sarah, you guys have just been a bit quiet. I'd like to bring these guys into the screen and unmute them. Jess and Sarah, tell us, what fear did you overcome?
I don't know if it was a fear, but like I just wanted to acknowledge you both for just your presence throughout the festival. Every time I turned around, it was Nikki, I either saw you walking past or Franco walking past. Like you just had, you could tell you were the kaitiaki of the space. And I did write it in the chat, but just your presence. And Franco, I think there was a yoga workshop. You were up the front for a while, and then I opened my eyes and you'd gone, but you were there. It was just really awesome to see you kind of like in the space and just around. And I think that made the space even, we were connected to you and you were around. So just like, thank you for your presence. That was amazing. I just wanted to, I did meet Shane. I actually facilitated a workshop with his partner, Lisa, because the facilitator didn't show up. So 4 of us just stepped in, and it all just, the synergy that happened. It was the Choose Yourself workshop. We love a cat. So it was just so beautiful to like step in with people that I'd never met before, and there was meditation and affirmation and conversation and just this epic amazing blend of awesome people that just came together, and it just worked, and it was just, and people walked away from that feeling overflowing and full, and I actually watched it happen again in another workshop where the same thing happened and people just stepped in. So that was, I'm just so my heart's exploding and expanding through hearing from that too. And I just wanted to acknowledge you for having the TP space. I've just qualified as a counsellor, so I'm real interested in supporting that space at Spirit Fest. If you're looking for people that
Awesome.
you need people in that space, like
Please.
that's something that I want to be involved in. So I'll flick you an email, and
send
I'd
us an
really love
email.
to. And I have some friends that would probably be interested as well. So that's something that's so important too. And within some of the workshops too, where there were people delivering their corridor and their processes and stuff, and just having those extra hands and bodies around to create that safe space was just like unreal. So definitely want to support that as well. So just had the most amazing time, and just thank you both so much. I actually ended up going to Revive Festival as well straight after Resolution, so to go from one incredible space to another and just like be in this big bubble of love for like 2 weeks has been just like the best start to the year, and just such a game changer. So just thank you all so much, all of you. It's been amazing, and I can't wait for the next one.
Oh, such an awesome bunch of feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. What about you?
For me, so my first, I guess, festival ever was going to NZ Spirit last year, and so then this I guess there was some curiosity in catching Matu's workshop at the end last year, and was like, okay, I need to be there and want to dive into that, as well as the cuddle puddle, and that was really putting me on my edge of being like, I'm really curious what's this about, and like so beautifully facilitated to lead you in and build up this confidence, and that you see it in everyone, and learning boundaries and being able to communicate, and just some really beautiful connections with people in that space that was that edge of comfort zone. And and then Matu's workshop just was next level, just the layers, and like for me, I had never hongied before, and and doing the haka, and then the levels of the masculine and feminine work just really beautifully layered on top of each other to work through some deep stuff.
And just like the intention you set right at the beginning was just like no judgment, like be there for the others, like create that community, and I just like felt that the whole way through, like, and just the connection. It was beautiful. Loved it.
So many beautiful spaces. Like I was drawn to a lot of the women's circles. So I host my own women's circles, and I'm at the moment looking at like, I would love to host something at NZ Spirit and want to create that space to work out what that can look like, because there's just beauty in being able to lead and facilitate while like you've kind of presence. It's that co-creation. It's like, as much as you're holding the space, it's those who are there that help you create it and bring that magic too. Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, wow, so well articulated. It reminds me of one of the things I love the most about running these is I see so many new leaders emerge when you're into running workshops or holding down spaces, that people that just came the year before and they're now sharing something, and that's the platform that we want to continue to do. This is a platform, and it is for everyone in some way, and we want to inspire people to step forward and share their genius, share their thing they're good at and they're passionate about. There's space for everybody to do that, and I'm so glad that it feels to me like you guys feel that, Jess and Sarah, you feel that, so because you're literally telling us and everyone live right now, and it's like, how cool is that?
Yeah. Like we watch people like you and Nikki, Frankie and Franco, and you guys are shining your light, and it gives us permission to do the same. So it's just that follow-on effect that's just it's just awesome. So can't wait for to connect with you all again. Yeah, and this is beautiful too, and the integration tips and all the things. It's just all like you've got a nail.
Right,
so good.
And can I say, everyone that I'm seeing, everyone's face right now looks very, very healthy and a little bit more glowing than last year. I can definitely say that for sure. So there's been a change, a shift.
On a super practical note as well, applications will shut soon for Spirit Fest, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of applications coming in. So, even if you're not sure, practice even just create an application. So if you're not accepted this time, we'll remember you for next time, because it rolls around fast to the next resolution. And sometimes this may not be your year, or there's like heaps of people offering that, but just pop one in if it feels like, something you'd like to start doing and getting your name out there, because the caliber is pretty amazing. And like you said, we always have the odd person who can't make it or doesn't show, and that's due to tragedies, that's due to someone, various reasons that we can't always mitigate against, because 100 and something presenters. But ultimately, the workshops are an integral part of the festival, and having diversity in those is really important to us. So apply now. I'll put the link down below to all of you so you can see it.
100%. Lulu, you held a beautiful space at the festival in a few different ways. Would you be interested in sharing some of your experiences? Because you definitely called me over a couple of times to your space to introduce me to some interesting people. I'd love to hear about how it went for you.
What happens for me at festivals is I create such a beautiful space by my campsite that I never go to any workshops. So for me, I brought my Lulu Lounge into the festival this time, and it was blissful. I met some really, really cool people. Some differently abled people as well, and so I was really inspired that if you let me bring the Lulu Lounge back, that really setting it up as a really accessible space for people who can't sit on the ground, who can't sit on bean bags. It was also it turned into a space where a lot of the vendors came when they had just like 20 minutes to chill out and relax. And the best thing ever was the free clothing spot, just sitting in front of that and watching people just find treasures, and also just like digging things out that I knew were in there and going, but have you seen this? And just seeing like the delight on people's face. Because I'm zero waste is a really it's a big part of my life, and I'm a huge recycler and upcycler and recreator, and that was such fun to do that. Yeah. I met two very special women, and one of them is Bev, and she's the lady who was zooming around in her fabulous new power chair.
Yeah.
And the other lady was Leanne, who the older lady with multiple health problems, and it was her first festival. And those people, they made the Lulu Lounge worth it, because that was a space that they could just come and be. They could leave their things there. Leanne couldn't sit on the ground, so she found my wooden box, and that was her spot for the whole festival. It was just awesome.
Amazing. That is so
Oh, so
amazing. Thank you
good.
so much for setting up that space and nourishing those people and me. I remembering that I hadn't had a drink of water in like 4 hours, and I went over and basically had all your water that was chilled and like squeezed lemon in there, and it like rejuvenated me, and I was off again.
Yeah.
So
I
thank you.
love that you guys just walk around like you've got nothing, you've got no resources with you, and trust us to look after you. And I didn't really get that until I had the opportunity to do that. And that's it. It's a real privilege to be able to do that. And you guys are just so trusting that we will do that. There will be food, there will be a drink, that there'll be something to drink it out of. Yeah, so I want to support that.
Amazing. Michael, do you want to say something? Yes.
There we go.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Hey, I just wanted to touch again on my experience of the festival. I was just a little bit rushed before. I was just sort of like first Zoom meeting, just downloaded the app and just figured out how to press all the buttons. And yeah, just outside of what our offering was for the festival, like outside of the pancakes and the BMX offering that we shared, you know, the festival as a whole was an incredible personal experience for me. You know, I really experienced standing in my power the entire time and just really feeling the love that I have for myself and being able to be open and be vulnerable and share. And it was such a safe place. I could trust everybody, you know, and everything flowed perfectly, whether it was a good experience or a irritating experience for anybody. You know, there was all those beautiful connections there and support from the community where we could bounce off one another and resolve any small little issue. It was so beautiful to reflect on the lightness and the darkness within the whole event. Some beautiful memories for me was the music, especially with the live music, Dr. Ricknor, yourself, Franco, the chanting, LSC, like being able to just be a participant and standing in the crowd and just adding to the vibration of everybody together was just some really incredible feelings and emotions, and it was so transformative. So just so much gratitude and appreciation for all the expanding energy and new earth energy that come in. Some time I got to spend together with my brothers, Machu, Tehuki, especially, just that the times and the connections that a lot of us live busy lives, and when we get to all come together on these festivals and the friends that haven't seen each other for so long, and we just really appreciate these times more than ever. So thank you for the opportunity. Lots of aroha. Thank you. Kia ora.
Thank you, brother.
Love you, Michael.
Beautiful.
Love you too.
Wow. Well, my heart is full. My spirit is full. My body's a little less broken than the festival before this one, which means I'm getting better at delegating. And I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see you all again. Yeah, Nikki, do you want to say some words?
Yeah, my goodness, the full moon was super magical, Shane. Oh my gosh, that timing was so beautiful. And some of the workshops weaved in themes regarding astrology and what was powerful. We really left that up to people or the presenters to do what they felt was powerful at that time. And for everyone, like NZ Spirit Festival, right? Everyone says, "Oh, Nikki, you can rest, you can sleep, you can." It's like, no way. Like, I am excited. I'm electric. I feel like putting these boots on and like running through NZ Spirit Festival right now. I reckon I could do a whole nother week. I reckon I could be right back there in a week. So, you know, tell people to get their tickets soon. This festival is like crazy cheap and the prices are still super low. But in order to keep offering and to team space and all this stuff, tickets are going to sell fast, you know, when we start announcing this kind of thing. So make sure that, you get people in to buy it as early as possible. That would be our advice. People are hearing about the event and it's going to be a good one. So apply. and yeah, pass it on to your friends.
I'm just writing the discount code as well for anyone that wants to invite a friend.
Yeah, good
Who hasn't got
idea.
their ticket yet. 10 off Spirit is the discount code for your friends. So please pass it on to whoever you'd like. And just deep gratitude for this moment, this breath, and this country, and this community, the ability to connect with you all is so deep, because it's so present and sober. And I love this path, and I'm just in love with you all. Thank you all for your support, and we've got your back.
Yeah. Blessings, family.
Yeah, we'll see you. We'll
Be
see you
safe.
soon.
Thanks for
Don't
joining
hesitate
us.
to ask questions. Send us an email. Keep the corridor going. Get those applications in if you want to share. So much love. Mwah. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.